Hello and welcome to my art haul. Thrifty shopping at a Creative Reuse store. Creative Reuse store is basically a thrift store but for art supplies, and the one in my town is called Who Gives a Scrub. It's one of my favorite places to shop for art supplies. You never know exactly what you're going to come up with. So here is a little array of what I got. I got these distress inks. The 4 down in the corner were ones I already had, but the other 8 came in that set for $2. That was pretty awesome. I got this stamp scrubber. I'd been wanting to get one. I have been using a toothbrush to clean my stamps. This makes it so much easier. And here are the stamps I got. They ranged from about 50 cents to, I think the most expensive was $1.50 for a large one. I was looking for some Christmas stamps for Christmas cards and a few other generic stamps that I could use in a lot of different purposes. So, nice little haul there. And not much else to say about those. Sorry. We'll try them out later. Next up, this Kaleidocolor, one of my favorite types of stamp pads. They're pretty cool. They store the colors separated, you pop them together as you saw. I got this clear acrylic block for using with my clear stamps. I'd been needing one of those. Got a couple tubes of paint. There's some De La Rowney sap green, some Winsor red from Winsor Newton, and as you see it says it's made in England, so it's an older tube. That's the other fun thing, is sometimes finding old stuff at these scrappy, thrifty, creative reuse stores. And got those little smudge brushes. This was just a whim. There was a grab bag for $3. Not sure exactly what that tape is. Got a smudger for charcoal. These brushes are pretty rough. They are obviously just like the Michael's Artist Loft brand. I'll probably let my younger nieces and nephews use them. I will go in more detail through some of the other brushes. See what is good and what is not. Like I said, I have nieces and nephews that are young and like to do art, so they can use what is my excess. Got some Prismacolor markers. They all have stickers on them because they originally had them priced to sell individually, so they may have been hung around a bit. These are color brushes. They're kind of like water brushes, but you're supposed to use colored ink in them. I'm not sure how well they'll clean up to reuse. We will give it a try. I got a few colored pencils. This wood stick, I'm not 100% sure what it's used for. I will have to play with that. Got some charcoal pencils, got some colored pencils. That's another broken paintbrush. A couple more pencils, drawing pencils, colored pencils. Got a couple Prismacolors in there. That's a very thin. I got a couple Prismacolor Premiers. You'll see too in a minute. I've gotten most of my Prismacolors at this store in the past, not in this bundle. But a couple watercolor pencils. Figured for $3, I would find $3 use worth out of this bag, and then we will, give away or toss the excess. Some sort of compass. I really like that tiny brush. It's going to go in a travel palette I have. So we have all together, and then here I'm just showing off the whole array. Got all those cool stamps, got those ink pads, that paint, these little daubers, and I spent about $19 for all of these, minus the, as I said, those distressed inks. 4 of those I already had. The 8 I got at the thrift store. So time for some super duper fast swatching. My lighting is bad, so I sped this up. I didn't really spend a lot of time here. Most of these markers do work. The purple was kind of low on ink. The others were not. However, they're very light colors, so those very light colors didn't show up very well. This one's probably my favorite. It's called Ballet Pink, I think. And this one I couldn't find the name of it, but it's an orange. That was always empty. That one still had a little bit of ink in it. As I said, I don't know what I'm going to do with those. I got the carbon pencil. It's very scratchy. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be scratchy or if it's because it's old. The others were just some generic, there was a charcoal pencil, a couple graphite pencils. That white colored pencil was broken no matter how many times I sharpened it, so I tossed it. And then I spent a little more time testing out these watercolor pencils. One was Kimberly's, one was Artist Loft brand. The Artist Loft one did not seem to move at all. The Kimberly's moved okay. Anyway, they were not my favorite. Tried it again with a different brush in case it was the brush. They moved a little better with the brush, but not by much. First I tried just painting with the little flecks, the little dried flecks that came off when I opened it, which worked, although not much color. So here we dab a little bit of the actual paint. Really pretty green. I love shades of green. Windsor Red, I can't remember why I wanted to try it, but I wanted to try it, so I was excited when I saw that. Like I said, I thought it was kind of cool. It was the Made in England one. Here's testing out the stamps. That's a pastel stamp pad, so it actually looks really pretty in person, but I had a hard time getting it to show up on camera. But as I said, the 4 and down in the corner were inks I already had. The little case with the other 8 distress inks was $2, which was awesome. So I just added my existing distress inks. That's why I'm not testing out the ones I already had. I like that pink. I forget what it's called. I'll have to get a closer look. Might be worn lipstick, but yep, these. Had some fun with these. Again, some of these don't show up the greatest because, like that antique linen, or it was, I can't remember. There was one linen and one paper color, and those are very light, so they don't show up the greatest on camera, but they looked really good in person. And can never go wrong with some black. Can always use that. So there we go. And that honey color was another one I was really excited about. Again, it looks prettier in person than it does on camera because of my lighting. So yep, there's my whole art haul about 1983. Thank you for watching.